Strap in, folks, because today we're diving headfirst into a cultural roller coaster. We're counting down the top 10 rudest countries where your charm might not be enough to crack a smile. Some say it's rude, others say it's real. But one thing's for sure, these places have no time for sugarcoating. So pack your patience, keep your elbows ready, and let's get started. Coming in at number 10, we've got Sweden. Now, Swedes aren't outwardly rude, they're just big fans of silence. So if you're expecting small talk with the barista, think again. Silence here is a sign of respect, but to an outsider, it can feel like you've just walked into an invisible wall of awkwardness. Fun fact, Sweden even has a word for avoiding people, dostadning. It's all about personal space, which means socializing with strangers is about as likely as seeing a polar bear on a city street. At number 9, we have the UK, specifically London, where you're more likely to get struck by a bus than by friendly conversation. Personal space? That's sacred. And if you think a smile will break the ice, think again, mate. You'll probably get a stiff upper lip and a cold shoulder. Fun fact, Londoners are so committed to ignoring each other, there's a thing called Chatty Mondays on some train lines, just to encourage people to talk. Imagine having to schedule friendliness. Italy. Number 8 on the list, but number 1 when it comes to passionate displays of, well, everything. Italians aren't shy about letting you know when you've messed up. In fact, yelling is practically a national pastime here. Don't take it personally, though. It's all part of the culture. Fun fact, Italians can argue for hours and still walk away as friends. They may shout at you in one breath and invite you for espresso in the next. If you're confused, congratulations. You're doing it right. At number 7, we've got Austria, where people are polite, but in the way that makes you feel like you don't belong. Viennese waiters, for example, are known for being, how do I put this, professionally distant. You'll get your coffee, but don't expect to chat about the weather. Fun fact, Austrians take their coffee seriously and their service even more so. It's an art form here, one where smiling is completely optional. Number 6 goes to Kuwait, where the divide between locals and foreigners feels about as wide as the Arabian Gulf. Don't get me wrong, the people are polite but welcoming, that's another story. Expats here often feel like they're on the outside looking in. Fun fact, Kuwait consistently ranks at the bottom of expat satisfaction surveys. People here are focused on their own lives, and if you're not part of the circle, good luck getting in. Halfway through the list, and Japan takes the number 5 spot. Here, politeness is almost a defense mechanism. You'll be greeted with bows and smiles, but you might feel like you're floating through the culture, never quite touching down. Fun fact, Japan is one of the toughest places to break into socially as a foreigner. Expats often say that it takes years to make a real friend. So if you're coming for a week, don't expect to leave with lifelong buddies. Germany is number 4, where rudeness often gets mistaken for efficiency. Germans aren't being mean, they're just saving time. No fluff, no fuss, and definitely no small talk. If you jaywalk, expect a lecture about the rules. Fun fact, Germans have a word for just about everything, including schadenfreude, the joy of seeing someone else's misfortune. So yeah, they'll enjoy lecturing you. Number 3 on our list is China. Forget about personal space, it doesn't exist here. You'll be jostled, elbowed, and maybe even spat on in the big cities. It's not rudeness, it's just survival in a sea of people. Fun fact, in 2008, China launched a public spitting awareness campaign. It helped. A little. But don't be surprised if you hear a hawk mid-conversation. Just part of the charm. At number 2, Russia. Here, a smile from a stranger is as rare as a warm winter day. Locals aren't interested in small talk or friendliness, just getting through their day. If you ask for directions, you might get a grunt if you're lucky. Fun fact, Russians believe that smiling for no reason is a sign of insincerity. So don't take it personally. It's just how they roll. And the number 1 spot goes to France, especially Paris. Here, indifference is an art form. Sure, you'll get your croissant, but don't expect warm service. In fact, if you try to speak French and get it wrong, you'll probably get the famous lasai. Fun fact, Paris syndrome is a real condition, particularly affecting Japanese tourists, who are so shocked by the rudeness they need medical help. Who knew a croissant could come with a side of emotional distress? So what have we learned? That rudeness is just another way of saying realness. Whether it's the cold shoulders in Paris or the stern lectures in Germany, every country has its quirks. And hey, isn't that what makes travel so exciting? Just remember, it's not personal, it's cultural. At the end of the day, these rude experiences are what turn regular vacations into unforgettable adventures. So, pack your sense of humor, embrace the awkward moments, and who knows? You might even end up loving the chaos. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, smash that like, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into global madness.